young adults are a crucial part of the Cru ministry. They're able to connect in a special way with high school students. The most dynamic ministry that I have ever seen in my ministry career has been college-age students working with high school students. It really is beautiful what God does with someone who's just a few years older and maybe on a step or two ahead with their walk with Jesus. Being so close in age, it creates a special dynamic that is really helpful in building trust and building relationships with them. A lot of times the age is so similar that students are able to see their next step in life through a young adult. And it creates a special bond that allows a lot of really dynamic ministry to happen. When you're working with students, it's important to remember that they are minors. We can build very close relationships and sometimes are even really close in age, but it's still very important to remember that legally they are a minor and you are an adult. So having a clear distinction and separation between the two of you is important and also appropriate. But what does it mean to be an adult in this context? How should that affect the way you interact with students? Let's talk about a few principles that will help adults of all ages navigate this.
A big part of what you do as a youth worker is building relationships with students. Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So getting to know them and helping them feel comfortable with you as a genuine, caring adult is a big part of your ministry. But while we want you to get close to students, there are some essential boundaries to keep in mind. If you start to feel like your students are your primary friend group, you're not in a good place. Your students are not there to meet your relational needs. Be sure to pursue your own friendship group with other people your age. Any type of romantic relationship with students is inappropriate. We encourage guys to primarily work with guys and girls with girls to minimize this risk. We also ask our leaders to be wise in this area when working with students who have same-sex attraction. When a student has a lot of needs and a youth worker is listening and helping, sometimes a codependent relationship can form. Codependence is when the student becomes reliant on the youth worker and the youth worker likes being needed so much that an unhealthy bond develops. If you wonder if you're spending too much of your time with a student or you have a relationship with them that's unlike your other relationships, please discuss this with your leader sooner than later so they can help guide you.
As a leader with Cru, you represent Cru to the students, teachers, administrators, and parents you meet. Since you're only interacting with these people because of your connection with Cru, what you do and say reflects on Cru. The wise choices you make Cru look better in their eyes, while the poor choices you make cause them to think poorly of Cru. Sometimes this will mean being aware of the music you're listening to around students. Other times it might mean considering how you dress before going on campus. If you're not sure, ask your leaders how they navigate interactions with school administrators, staff, teachers, and parents, as well as the students. Don't expect to automatically know how to represent Cru, but make it your goal to continuously improve.
You used to be peers with students, but now you have not only responsibility as an adult, but some influence. Even when you're not aware of it, students see your actions and are influenced by them. When they see you driving and texting, they think it must be okay. When they see you ignoring school rules or Cru rules, they think they can do that too. Even when it comes to the media you take in or the things you post on social media, be aware that your actions may be influencing students. Always look to be building up students and making a positive impact on their lives, not just hanging out with them.
Since we often meet students at school or away from their homes, we can sometimes forget that these are teenagers that still live in their parents' homes. As an adult, it's important that you honor the student's parents as you interact with their child. This means respecting the parents' rules and encouraging the student to honor their parents. Whether or not you think they're good parents is not the issue. We need to honor them and encourage the students to do the same. That might mean not keeping the student out too late and not texting them when they should be sleeping. It is also a good idea to meet the parents whenever you have the opportunity. Most parents will want to know who the people are that their kids are spending time with, especially if they're adults. You might want to get some tips from your crew leader on how best to talk to parents.
The process of becoming an adult can be a long one. It doesn't always come naturally, so give yourself a lot of grace. We don't expect you to know how to do all this right away. We do ask you to keep taking steps forward in this area and commit to growing. Talk to more mature leaders to figure out where you need to grow and start working on it. If you haven't watched it yet, we ask all of our crew leaders to watch the Cru High School Saftey video. It covers other areas that will help you to stay safe and wise as an adult, while you also help your students stay safe as they're involved in Cru. Thank you for investing your time and energy into this next generation. We are so grateful for you.